Hello. It's dark. It's late, and my daughter pulled out my earring. She's such a sweetheart. Oh, sorry. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. So, this is going to be a midnight talkie do. And this is about Trump and Meghan. And this is based on um it's based on some information. Okay, let's just put it that way. And what's interesting about Meghan and Donald Trump, in my opinion, they are alike. They're both narcissists. They both think of themselves first. They both have big egos. They both are all about, they use people to get what they want. Like Michael Cohen. He was Trump's lawyer forever. But as soon as what was her name? Stormy Daniels. Stormy Daniels. Y'all remember Stormy? Utmost respect for her. Utmost respect for her. Stormy. And I hope, I'm saying her name correctly. So her and Donald Trump had a relationship for a few years, okay? And when you become president, when you become a public figure, all your skeletons come out. Boop. Hello, I'm here. Hello. So here comes Stormy Daniel. And according to Michael Cohen, he had wrote up a letter, telling her that she can't talk about this relationship after they give her the $100,000. And so she signed it, okay? And but she did talk about it. So she did have to pay some money back or whatever, because she was on the news talking about their relationship. And according, I'm not going to go into the relationship, but the point is that how Meghan and Donald Trump are the same. That's what we're talking about. So Donald Trump denies it. He don't, no. Like, he doesn't know this woman. She's lying, whatever the case may be. His lawyer goes to jail behind that. Okay? He spends 5 years in jail, and he's pissed because Donald Trump literally ghosted him. Didn't come to his rescue, didn't, whatever. And Michael Cohen was doing it. He gave Stormy Daniels that letter and kind of told her, look, if you do this, you're in trouble. And so what happened was Michael Cohen got in trouble for lying about it. Okay? But Donald Trump got away with it because he's the president. Okay? And if you notice, that's a whole nother day. Okay? This subject is about Meghan and Donald Trump and how they are, I would say, one and the same. But I said before, if Meghan was going for president and Donald Trump was going for president, I would vote for Donald Trump. And that's saying a lot. Because I trust him more than I trust her. Because Donald Trump, he's one of those people that he doesn't tell the truth, but you know it. You know when he's lying. Like the Stormy Daniels thing. You knew when he was telling a fibbo, a porcupine. And so how they are alike is that they allow people to take the fall for them. And most of the time Trump was in office, you saw them dropping like flies. Psh, psh. He couldn't keep cabinet members. Look, he had the highest turnover rate in the United States history of America. Okay? He couldn't keep a chief of staff. Everybody was cutting out on him. Everybody left. If they wasn't leaving, he was firing them because they wouldn't do what he said. Okay? And so it's just interesting. Trump is a very interesting person. And for the first time in decades in American history, that we had a president that was interesting. That you wanted to hear or find out, okay, what has he done today? Woo! Because it was coming. He was going to do something that day. Trust. But here's the deal. The last video I posted, I told a fib. It wasn't a fib until I realized that when you're talking about Meghan, how come we can't talk about Trump? They're the same in one. They're both narcissists. They were in an article together as being narcissists. Not too long ago, there was an article that came out and said that Donald Trump and Meghan Markle, or the Duchess of Sussex, was one of the two biggest narcissists in the United States. And here's the deal. You can't turn on your computer if you're an American and not see something about what's going on with Trump. And it's never good. Legal trouble. January 6th. You name it, it's going on. Legal papers. What was he doing over there with cases of documents that didn't belong to him? He's not the president anymore. But he's over there with loads of Secret Service documents that didn't belong to him, that belong in archived. Trump said that they were going through Melania's closet. I wonder did they find any paperwork over there. I know that they had like big FBI trucks sitting out there at Mar-a-Lago trying to get those papers out of there. What was he going to do with those papers? Just keep them? When was he going to return them? He had been out of office for a while. Now, as a citizen, the first thing you think is, oh my God, what is his papers doing? And is he trading secrets? Is he giving this information to someone? Are we in trouble? Like, what is he doing with these documents? He is no longer the president. What does he need with this information? This was the kid. I didn't change the subject. You know I can do that. So I'm going to name this one Trump. Beware. So they go over there and get the paperwork. But here's the kicker. And this is where Joe Biden's administration come in at. Okay. His Secretary of Defense, okay, allows, knowing this is going on, all this paperwork over there at Trump's house. What took them so long to go get it? And then they were nice about it. They were really nice about it. And that story ain't over. It's just quiet right now. Here's the deal. I don't know if Donald Trump is going to become president or not. But honestly, I think the 4 years that we dealt with him, and I say dealt, because every time you turned on whatever channel, you could look at your computer Right now, you can look at your screen and you can't tell me you're not hearing something about Donald Trump. You can't tell me that. It's in your face 24/7. Here's another thing. As controversy as politics is, it still has to be discussed. It still needs to be talked about. It still needs to have a dialogue. But here's the kicker, is that no matter who you support, and I had to come to a conclusion with this because there were some family members that I was just like, hold on. And it wasn't my side of the family, it was my husband's. And I was like, oh my God, I don't need to try to convince them. They've made up their own mind, and it's okay. But there was one family member that was going to get me to understand that Trump is the best thing that ever happened to our country. Really? Here's the thing. What happens when you are supposed to be a hero for all? If Donald Trump is supposed to be our president, he is supposed to be the president for everyone. And if I'm watching Fox News, because I love turning it on there, I love to hear what they have to say. But every time you turned it on there, all they would talk about was Joe Biden. And Joe Biden wasn't even president. Come on. 4 years. Fox News talking about Hillary Clinton, the dossier. Oh my God. I said, if they say that word one more time, Judge Janine, woo! The dossier, how Joe Biden was like, Joe Biden was Donald Trump's only threat. He wasn't concerned about anybody else but Joe Biden. And I just couldn't understand that. But now I see, because he's president now. And he is kicking butt. He's done some things that I wasn't. And it was, what was it? It was removing the troops from Afghanistan. I was like, ooh, how do you just take them out of there and leave those people without nothing? Because I'm always thinking about them. I'm always thinking about that person, okay? I'm always thinking about, well, why would that happen to that person? And what? Always. But what did it for me? What made me start losing all respect for him and realize that, that's what my daughter says, when his administration took them babies from their mothers, because I don't care what you say, it happened on Donald Trump's watch. He had the authority. Yeah, because he has authority to pardon people. Remember, he pardoned his best friends that got in trouble for him. Mike Flynn or Flynn, didn't he pardon him for something right before he got out of office? I will say one good thing about Trump at the end of this. One good thing. But you better believe that anything that Trump does that's good, you're going to hear about it. He's going to let you know. He did that. I lost all respect for him when he did that. Because I was thinking about the mothers. I was thinking about the parents. I understand that there is an immigration problem, but I also understand that's a humanitarian problem. And not just a problem that they created, and is still going on to this day, that babies were separated from their parents. Can you imagine all the mothers and daddies out there that got kids? They took your baby, and now you walking around looking for them. How would you feel? That's all. My sister, the other day, Trump name came up in a conversation. And don't get my mom started. And my sister doesn't even watch the news. She's not political at all. I have to tell her what's going on all the time. She said, I will never forget that he called those basketball players, those NFL players, sons of bitches. Mm-hmm. Yes, he did. But he's for everybody? He's for all people? Because they took a knee? For a cause that they believed in? And told them to go back where they came from? Telling us to go back to Africa? Yeah. But come on. How are we supposed to get past some of this to be able to understand that there is a better side to him? Do we ignore it and pretend like it ain't there, like some do for Meghan, and say, oh, she's a good person. She's good. We're good. Everybody's got to be accountable, even myself. I am not perfect. If you guys knew, you'd be like, ooh, 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 and ooh. Trust. I am not pretending to be that, but I am just telling you what I saw and what I heard during that time. And so you draw your own conclusions. You do your own research. You go figure it out based on what I'm saying. But this is how I perceived it and what I saw. And it blew my mind. And so you have Meghan and you have Trump. How are they different? Aren't they the same? You can't separate the two. Meghan goes after her friends. Trump goes after his. You know what? I'm going to give Trump this much. I just don't think he is as worse as Meghan. I don't. But they are almost one and the same. Check it out for yourself. This is a Trump video. You might not want to watch this, but as I get more and more comments, as I get more and more content, I'm going to tell you. These are my thoughts and my opinions and things that I have figured out on my own based on how I feel about the outcome of what these two do. There's cause and effect. People get hurt. Love you guys.